There's always one person in every family who tries to hold it all together. The one who steps in when voices rise, who calls after every fight, who can't rest until everyone else feels calm. Every family has a peacekeeper, someone who learned to read the room before that they could read themselves. Maybe that's you. Maybe you became that voice of reason, that emotional buffer. Here's the truth nobody told you. That calm came with a price tag. Every time you swallow your truth and soften someone else's edges, you taught your body, my comfort does not matter as long as everyone else is okay. Now, years later, you still live by that rule. You keep the peace, but you can't seem to feel it. Let's talk about the hidden cost of being a family peacemaker and what it takes to stop mistaking harmony for healing. Let's break it down. You apologize when someone else gets upset, even when you did nothing wrong. You sense tension faster than anyone else in the room, as if you are some emotional radar. You avoid conflict, not because you're weak, but because your body still believes conflict equals danger. You over explain. You say it's fine when it is not. You minimize your need to keep energy light. You are fluent in reading faces and moods and tones, but not your own feelings. And maybe you even call it kindness. You say, I just don't like trauma. But underneath, there's a nervous system whispering, if everyone's okay, I'm safe. Here's the catch. That pattern might have kept you safe as a child, but as an adult, it's keeping you small. It's the reason you feel resentful and can't name why. It's why your body tenses when people raise their voices, why you leave family gatherings emotionally drained. You sometimes fantasize about just going away, just for a little peace. Because peacekeeping isn't peaceful, it is performing calm while chaos rages underneath. Here is the wider lens. In families marked by addiction, emotional immaturity, or chaos, someone always becomes the regulator. If you're watching this, it was probably you. When adults were angry, you became careful. When they were sad, you became cheerful. When they were silent, you became hyper aware. It's not personality, that's trauma adaptation. Your nervous system learned to scan for danger before danger even had a name. You learned to manage other people's emotions so that you wouldn't have to feel your own. And because no one taught you emotional boundaries, you learn to equate peace with predictability. So when things get really quiet now, you don't feel calm. You feel uneasy. You weren't the strong one. You were the scared one who learned to look strong. That is not shame. That is survival. You became the emotional shock absorber of your family. And Even now, you still flinch when someone's tone sharpens. You still monitor the room for mood changes. You still carry the weight of everyone's feelings like it's a part of your job description. Here's the thing, you can't heal what you keep performing, and you can't find peace while your nervous system is still doing public relations for everyone else. Here are 5 quiet ways to protect your peace without closing your heart. Sometimes the kindest thing that you can do is stop managing what isn't yours. Stepping back isn't punishment, it's trust. It's saying, I believe that you can handle this on your own. When you feel the urge to fix, mediate, or explain, pause. Take one breath before you act. Let silence speak for you. Real calm isn't about keeping the room from breaking, it's about keeping yourself steady when it happens. So when tension starts to rise, stop trying to fix it. In your mind, I want you to say, they are allowed to feel how they feel, and I am allowed to stay calm. That one thought keeps you centered without stepping in. Aren't withdrawing, you're just staying in your lane. You can love people without fully climbing into their chaos. True compassion has boundaries. I want you to picture a soft circle around yourself. That's going to be your lane. Everything inside of it, I want you to tend to. Those are your thoughts, your feelings, your choices, right? Everything outside belongs to others. When you start to absorb what's not yours, I want you to imagine setting it gently back outside that circle. You don't have to match everyone's energy just because it's loud. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Sometimes when we stay out of it, it just takes care of itself. If the talk starts spinning, you can simply say, let's come back to this later when it's calmer. Or go quiet, breathe, and let the moment pass. Peace isn't found in convincing anyone, it's found when it's not abandoning yourself. Hearing is beautiful until it costs you your voice. There is a difference between showing up for someone and carrying them. So before stepping in, I want you to ask yourself, am I helping from love or from fear of what will happen if I don't? If it's fear, wait. Real love can pause. Now, these aren't quick fixes, I know, but they are quiet practices, reminders that your peace matters too. They help you stay in your body, in your truth, in your lane without closing your heart. It's the truth. You were never meant to be the emotional janitor for your family. You were meant to be a person with limits and needs and truth of your own. Peace isn't keeping everyone calm. Peace is letting people feel what they feel without losing yourself in the process. You can love people and still refuse to regulate them. You can care deeply and still say no. You can be calm without carrying everyone else's chaos. You've done your time in emotional survival. Now it's time for real peace. The fragile kind that depends on other people behaving, but the kind that comes from finally choosing yourself. Because peacekeeping was never your purpose. Freedom is.